Hello guys, welcome to Brain Mentors. I am Ravi and in this video I am going to tell you about Matplotlib in 15 minutes. You might wonder that what you can learn in just 15 minutes, but after 15 minutes you will definitely know a lot of things about Matplotlib. So this video is divided into three parts. First is introduction to Matplotlib, then we will look for basic implementation of Matplotlib using Python programming, and then one case study on some real-time dataset like coronavirus. So you will see how COVID-19 is increasing daily with the help of Matplotlib. So Matplotlib is a library for Python developers who wants to build beautiful graphs and show their outcomes on different kind of graphs. So Matplotlib is a popular library for data visualization and it is one of the core part of data science life cycle. So inside data analysis, data visualization is one of the major part that a data scientist must know. Data visualization is used everywhere and in every field, whether it is sales, it could be sports, or it could be elections, and of course the Google Analytics. So there are a lot of use cases of data visualization in today's time. With the use of Matplotlib, we can build a lot of different kind of graphs like bar plot, line, pie chart, and scatter plots, and a different sort of graphs that you might have studied in your college or school. And in this video, you will see the real-time use cases of these graphs. So let's get started. But before starting the implementation part, let me tell you the prerequisite. You just need to be aware of Python basics and basic graph knowledge like x-axis, y-axis and all, and any one environment to code. You could have work with Anaconda, Jupyter Notebooks or Python ideally. Okay, so first you need to install Matplotlib if you are using Python ideally. So how you are going to install it, you just need to open your command prompt and then type this command, pip install matplotlib. It will be installed, and if it is pre-installed in your system, then you will see requirement already satisfied. Okay, so for now I am using Python ideally, but why I am using Python ideally, there is a basic reason behind it, because in Python ideally you will see a separate window for the graph and later we will switch to JupyterLab. So first you need to import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So PLT is the nickname of Matplotlib in general, and then we need one more package, that is NumPy. So in future you will see another video on NumPy. Right now we are using NumPy to build basic arrays. So we are here building a basic data like this. X is equals to np.array. Inside array I am putting some basic elements like this. In y we have, let's say, x square. Okay, so y will be this array. Now if I want to plot x and y, I just need to write x comma y, and finally to show the graph you will write plt.show. That is a predefined method of Matplotlib. And now you see this separate window. Because of this separate window I am using ideally right now to show you that there is this window, and inside this window you can see at the right bottom there is a x and y, and you can also zoom in, zoom out this graph like to see more insight of this graph. Let's create a bigger data this time. So let me write here I for I in range, let's say from 0 to 200 comma with a gap of 2, with a step of 2, and again y is equals to x square. Now if I write plt.plot x comma y, again you will see a line, this time more curve. Okay, you might be aware of y is equals to x square. There's a basic equation that I am using right now, and if you want then you can also write comma o, that is to plot the dots like this. Okay, so this is a dotted graph like now, and you can plot this graph using scatter plot as well. So you have two options for that. I can also write RO. So RO means here is red O, red dot like this. Okay, now after that you have built just x and y, the basic graph part. What we will do now is we'll create a basic data set in a new Python file. So this is a new Python file where I will create a dummy data of movies with their rating and let's say the earning. So you just need to import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Then you need to import NumPy as NP, and then you need to create a dummy data for yourself. So I am creating a data of movie. inside a dictionary with a key value pair. So let's say I have a movie name here in a list. So I am writing few of the movies like Avengers, Thor, Black Panther, Hulk, Iron Man. So these are the few movies that I have written, and now I am writing their ratings. Like for Avenger I am giving 4.5, for Thor I am giving 4.0, for Black Panther let's say 5.0, for Hulk 3.5, for Iron Man 4.0. These are the ratings, and finally we'll give the earnings. And earnings will be, let's say, in crores or US dollar, whatever you want to think about. Right now I am just writing few digits like 120, 142, 200, and then 95, and then 192 something like this. So this is the basic dummy data set that I have created right now. How you can visualize this data and what sort of visualizations you can build with this little amount of data set. So you can build a lot of graph based on this data only. Let me show you. So there is a bar plot first. I am plotting a bar chart here. Bar chart is basically used when you have a categorical kind of data set. So first I am writing data Avengers at the x-axis, and at the y-axis I am writing, let's say, the rating, and then plt dot show, and then run this using F5. You will see a graph. Okay, little mistake here. Okay, this is the movie name. I need to write here movie name, and after that rating. Let it run. Now this time you will see a bar graph like this. So this is a bar plot that we have created using only few line of code, using only 3 to 4 line of code with this small data set. You can also set a parameter color is equals to red, and then run this again. You will see a red color bar chart. Okay, there is one more thing that you can do. Copy this line, paste it, comment the previous one, and inside the rating I am writing this time earning, and instead of bar I am writing bar H, which means the bar in horizontal way. So you will see a graph of earnings like this. So this is a basic visualization of bar chart in a horizontal way. Okay, so this was a basic part. This is a basic bar plot that you can build. Now if I want to plot a pie chart, so you can simply write plt dot pie, and inside pie, and do one more thing, just comment this and cut the plt dot show and paste it in the last. And inside plt dot pie you just need to pass the x, and let's say the x is data square bracket rating, and there is no y, let's say right now, because in a pie chart obviously there is no x and y, there is just the data you pass. This is the pie chart that it has created based on ratings, but this visualization is not clear because there are not lot of things written. So first we will write the labels for the data, and the labels will be movie name. So this time you can see the movie name written around this pie chart. Let's add few more functionalities. There is a shadow is equals to true option for you, so it will give you a little bit of 3D look and feel. So you can see there is a little bit of shadow around here. Okay, and let's make it more better. This time I will write auto PCT, that is auto percentage. It is going to calculate a percentage automatically. You just have to write 1.2f. It means 2 floating values after decimal, and run it again. This time you will see the percentage return at each pie. Now after that there is one more thing you can write, explode. What explode will do is, I have 1 2 3 4 5 and 0. So at third we have Black Panther, and at third I have written 0.3. So for Black Panther there is a value 0.3 for explode. What it will do is, let's see, So now it is clear to you, like explode means it is like detaching this particular pie 0.3% from this full-fledged pie chart. And finally you can write two more things. One is plt.legend, because plt.legend will help you to show more detail like this. And then finally you can add plt.title, and inside title Marvel's rating, and then run it again. You will see a full-fledged pie chart with a title, with legend, with percentage and labels. So that's how you build a basic pie chart. Okay, so this was a basic introduction to Matplotlib. Not only this, you can also build 3D graphs as well with using pie chart, or using your scatter plots and all. Using Matplotlib you can build 3D kind of graph as well. Okay, so now we'll move towards the Jupyter Lab. So here you have Anaconda Navigator, and I'm not going to use Jupyter Notebook, I am using Jupyter Lab. So first launch Jupyter Lab. I will share you the code and the data set. So what we will do is, first let's go to the home, and here let me just build a new file, a new notebook. Okay, so I have a JSON file of coronavirus related data. So let me just import it. So first let's import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, import pandas to read the data, and after that you need to write pd.read csv, and instead of csv we have the JSON file, and JSON file is stats daily.json. This is the data set. So first let's see what we got inside the data. So we have 192 rows and 40 columns inside the data. Let's check the head. So we will see the first 5 rows. So this data is about the corona cases with their status of each and every state in India. Okay, so this is the data of coronavirus of each and every state in India. So these are the short name, like Andhra Pradesh, Delhi, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. There is a short name for each and every one. There is a date variable and there is a status. So what are these columns? You can just write dataset dot columns to see all the columns. These are the 40 columns that are given inside the dataset. Now how we are going to visualize the status of a particular state? First, whenever you are given with a date kind of field, convert it into a specific format that pandas understand. So you need to write pd.toDateTime. So you need to convert your date parameter to pandas date time format. Now it will help pandas to understand date more clearly. Okay, so let's build a bar plot now. Bar h dataset square bracket status. So we have a status column. You can see there is a status column here, and inside this is the x, and y will be my any of the state. Let me write MH, that is Maharashtra. Status is key error, it is giving status. Okay, my bad. So do one thing, just shift enter, execute again, and we need to write here that we are working only for date column, and then again run this. You will see this output. So finally you can see that these are the confirmed cases, these are the recovered cases, these are the deceased cases right now in Maharashtra of coronavirus. And then we will do one more thing, plt.figure, and inside figure I will just pass figure size, that if you want to draw a large graph, so these are in inches, plt.figure fig size is 10 by 6, and instead of MH this time I'm writing Delhi, that is the output for Delhi. So DL is for Delhi. So these are the confirmed cases, these are the recovered cases for Delhi. So this was the bar plot. After that, we can build a lot of different sort of plots to analyze more in detail. So instead of bar h, this time I'm writing simply plot underscore date, and here you need to pass the date. So this time you will see with respect to date what is the increase rate of coronavirus. Okay, so now this data is showing you with respect to the date. Let us add one more thing. PLT dot xticks rotation is equals to vertical. So the date parameter will rotate on the x-axis in a vertical direction. So you see at the starting the cases was really very low, and at the end right now it is of 15th May 2020. The cases are too much here. We can do one more thing. Instead of scatter plot, if you try to simply write PLT dot plot and shift enter, you will see a graph like this. So these are the cases that a scatter plot was showing you, but we will make it more better. Okay, so just because these are the cases that are like for you can see in Delhi. Let me go to the DL column 710. So each and every day we are having either a huge number or there could be a small number, so that's why the graph is looking like this. What we will do is we will just filter this data a little bit. I'll just fetch dataset square bracket status column, where status is equals to confirmed. So I am just fetching the confirmed cases as well as I fetch the recovered cases. Okay, so I have a variable confirmed and I have a variable recovered. Now I can have a more in detail analysis of PLT. So first just need to PLT dot figure. So I'll just copy it right now, paste it here, and instead of PLT dot plot like this, we will write the data for confirmed. So just remove dataset from here and write confirm. Now let's see the output. So you see the confirmed cases of coronavirus in Delhi are increasing day by day. And do one more thing, instead of this DL, if I write MH, let's say in Maharashtra, you see there is a huge graph right now. We can also have a comparison graph. Copy and paste here, write DL. So now you will see two lines, one for Maharashtra and one for Delhi in a same graph. But which line is for Maharashtra and which line is for Delhi? You need to add the label. So label will be equals to, so this is let's say MH, and the label will be equals to DL, that is Delhi, and you need to write PLT dot legend, and also you can write PLT dot title, COVID-19 cases in Maharashtra and Delhi. So you see the blue line denotes the Maharashtra and this orange line is denoting to Delhi. So these sort of graphs that you can build using Matplotlib. Now you can analyze, you can see that on the TV channels, in news, each and everywhere you see these type of graphs that shows the growth rate of different sort of things. So I was just using this particular data set. This is the live data of corona. I just downloaded the JSON file of it and uploaded it inside my pandas using the pandas package. And after that you see that these are the graph, these are the analytical views that you can have using this specific library. Okay, so this was a basic introduction that we can learn about at Matplotlib in just 15 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and you will get the data and the code at the GitHub, and the link will be given in the description. Okay, so that's it for this video, and soon we'll upload a new video related to NumPy and different concepts of data science. Okay, thanks for watching the video.